We are in recess, and we are back with our live special coverage. I have quite the panel with me: Lawrence O'Donnell, Maya Wiley, Claire McCaskill, and Chris Matthews. We're going to get into all of this. We've been watching these questions unfold and what they mean for the trial. But as we've been doing on these big nights, when we get a little break like this, the dinner break, we want to put a little bit of context here before I bring in our experts. The intrigue has been swirling, of course, all day and through these questions over whether Mitch McConnell will rally enough Republican senators to block witnesses. Today, the senators finally participated in this impeachment trial themselves with the questions you've been listening to, with those questions submitted in writing. And while that can sound like a fairly scripted process, they've already yielded a lot of interesting stuff. We just saw Alan Dershowitz unloading on his Harvard colleague, Larry Tribe. Well, here he was offering an argument that doesn't sound very constitutional at all. The idea that if a president thinks his reelection is in the public interest, then whatever he does to win is not impeachable. Trump lawyers arguing that quid pro quos are also common in foreign policy, a little bit beside the point. Take a look.
If a president does something which he believes will help him get elected in the public interest, that cannot be the kind of quid pro quo that results in impeachment.
All elected officials, to some extent, have in mind how their conduct, how their decisions, their policy decisions will affect the next election. There's always some personal interest in the electoral outcome of policy decisions. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of representative democracy.
Now, think about it. President Nixon may have thought his own reelection was in the public interest, but of course he faced impeachment for abuse of power for schemes to get reelected and take out his rivals. A quid pro quo is just a deal. You can have a deal for a legal goal, like a quid pro quo to exchange prisoners for the United States, or you can have one for an allegedly impeachable goal, like preventing your rival's election. This is one of several points that hung over today's action on the floor. A deal is just like a contract. You can have a contract for something legal, like a contract to rent a car, or you can have a contract killing, which is illegal. Democrats today digging into all this through their questioning and also raising the big thing that everyone has been talking about since Mitch McConnell let it leak that he didn't yet have the votes last night, whether anyone's going to make John Bolton testify.
Yes, of course we asked John Bolton to testify in the House, and he refused. We knew, based on the McGahn litigation, it would take months, if not years, to force John Bolton to come and testify. When we raised a subpoena with John Bolton's counsel, the same counsel for Dr. Kupperman, the answer was, Senator, you serve us with a subpoena and we will sue you too.
And in this war of words, another development tonight. You're looking at a brand new statement of Charles Cooper, John Bolton's lawyer, firing back and raising questions about how the White House is handling the information that he says is not classified, that is about Ukraine, and that could be essential to this entire debate. I'm joined now, as mentioned, by Chris Matthews.